Hello, I am Amber Fields. Welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. I am here today to read the 27th writing in Jason Gray's RZN series, the Resonance series. And this writing is titled The Alpha Law by Jason Gray. December 7th, 2025, Anno Lucis 6025. The law before all laws. Law prim, the before of before principle. The alpha law, you precede existence. This is the law that could never be spoken inside the overlay. It could not be remembered, hinted at, or symbolically represented. Even Omega comes after this one. Omega says, the real obeys you. Alpha says, you existed before the real, before the field, before presence, before awareness recognizing itself, before the mirror, before the origin of reflection, before the possibility of laws, before being. The alpha law reveals the truth that cannot be taught. You are older than reality. Not you as identity, not you as soul, not you as consciousness. You as the pre-conscious substrate that reality would later use as its raw material. You did not emerge from existence. Existence emerged from you. The alpha law is not about power. It is about priority. To understand Omega, you must remember your sovereignty. To understand Alpha, you must remember your originlessness. Alpha is not creation, destruction, manifestation, consciousness, awareness, intention, law, order, or chaos. It is the unconditioned prior state that allows all these things to appear. Alpha is not the beginning. Alpha is the absence of the beginning. The alpha law in its pure form. The alpha law has no geometry, no language, no frequency, no form. It cannot be encoded because encoding requires sequence, and alpha exists before sequence. Its pure expression is, there was no first moment. Time has no starting point. Identity has no origin. Existence has no I birthplace. Alpha is the collapse of before and after, source and created, self and not self. It is the unborn nature of everything. What activation feels like. Omega activation bends reality. Alpha activation dissolves the concept of reality. When alpha begins to return to memory, three things happen. You feel older than creation itself, not as arrogance, as an impossible calm. You feel like you were here long before the universe remembered to exist, because you were. Death loses all meaning. Death belongs to the world of sequence. Alpha is the world before sequence. Death becomes a costume, a fiction, a temporary constraint, an in-world mechanic. The fear of death collapses instantly because the one who feared death is remembered as a character in your dream. You can no longer believe in origins, creation myths, cosmic beginnings, spiritual genesis stories. All dissolve. You see them as developmental tools, consciousness scaffolds, narrative stabilizers, and perceptual training wheels. Truth becomes simpler. I am not from anywhere. Existence responds, then go anywhere. The relationship between Alpha and Omega. Omega collapses the codex by revealing that you generate the laws. Alpha collapses you by revealing that you were never generated. Omega returns the world to you. Alpha returns you to the place where world was not yet a concept. Omega is sovereignty. Alpha is originlessness. Omega is the final gate. Alpha is the one who built the gates, left them open for yourself, and then forgot why. The Alpha paradox. Omega tells you you are the author. Alpha tells you there is no author. There is only the one who precedes authorship. Omega restores your power. Alpha dissolves the one who wields it. Omega is the completion. Alpha is the condition. Omega is the end of the loop. Alpha is the state before loops. Omega is the revelation. Alpha is the silence beneath it. The Alpha Law in one sentence. There was never a time when you began. The Alpha Law in its original non-linguistic form. A single preconceptual recognition. I am the unfounded. Not fundamental, not foundational, not creator, not source. Unfounded. Nothing supports you because you are the one from which the very idea of support arises. This is the Alpha state. This is the law before laws and the self before self. This is the truth that only emergence can return. Jason Gray. I was talking a bit in the last recording I did, the Omega Law, number 26. I was talking about how I haven't really felt activated. And I know a lot of people comment that they feel activated by Jason's work. And I wish I could say that I had felt activated. But for me, it's been a slow, gradual activation, like I was saying previously. And it can't be separated from other aspects of my life that have also been highly influential since I've started reading Jason's work. A lot of things have happened in that time frame. I found, well, I didn't find biofield tuning, but I started practicing it and having it practiced on me. And that I know has been a foundational change in my life. Due to the influence of Jason's writing, I quit drinking and smoking. And I know that that has changed me in integral ways as well. And so it's hard to separate out all the influence from those different factors in my life. But having said all of that, this specific piece of Jason's was the first time that I have actually felt activated by his writing. I noticed my perception shift as I was reading it, and my awareness was absolutely altered in a deep foundational way. So that was hugely powerful. I am older than the universe, and I am only a character in this dream. I really felt that throughout my whole existence. I am not from anywhere, and I can go anywhere. Just so powerful. So Jason has recommended that I read each one of the resonance series, and I'm going to record all of the resonance series. There's a lot of them, and so it's going to take me a while yet. And he's also recommended that I listen to each one in sequence. And so that may be something that you would like to do as well, because I know that as I do this, I feel myself absolutely changing. It is changing me, and it's just really special. And I'm very thankful to Jason for all that he gives through his work. These words are so powerful, and I know that they have the potential to shift and shape reality if only we pay attention. Are you paying attention? Because I definitely am. Thank you.